All right, we're live.
Hello, my name is Ashley Brennan. How are you doing this afternoon?
Hey there, I am Dr. Page. I'm doing wonderful, and yourself?
I'm doing very well. The weather is lovely. My family and I went to hike Kennesaw Mountain, even had a picnic at the top. Were you able to enjoy any of it?
Actually, I've been stuck inside completing assignments and paperwork all day, so I haven't had a chance to.
Oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you can catch a break soon. What kind of assignments are you working on?
Well, I currently run my own business called Page Medical, so there are several things that I am responsible for and oversee.
Good for you. How's that going?
It's going very well, but I'm very busy. There is only so much to do.
I'm sure running a business is no easy job. With that being said, I'm here to help. I'm actually reaching out to you today in regards to your current knowledge that you have on payroll services.
Unfortunately, I am not highly involved in my company's current payroll services because my wife usually takes care of the payroll for the company. I run other parts of the business, though.
Okay, should I include your wife on this call?
That's okay. She's out with the children, and I am aware of her responsibility, so I can answer the questions you have.
Sounds good. I currently work for a company called ADP, Automatic Data Processing Incorporated. Let me give you an idea of what our business does. We provide comprehensive cloud-based payroll services and human resource management solutions for businesses of all sizes, especially those small in size like your current business. The objective of our company is to build smarter, simpler, and more affordable payroll, tax, and HR solutions to help people get back to the work most important to them. There are several different options available in an effort to meet the needs of our client.
I've heard about ADP before, but that's not what we use.
Okay, so what payroll service are you currently utilizing?
Right now, we are using an off-the-shelf software application called Microsoft Dynamics GP. Payroll is done manually by my wife, and time cards are collected on a biweekly basis. She then totals everything on the time cards and enters it into the payroll. The next step would be to distribute the checks.
And approximately how many employees is she calculating payroll for?
20.
Okay. Does this take a great deal of time to complete?
I will say I have heard more and more complaining about the time commitment as we continue on. With the recent growth of my company, she is having a hard time keeping up with everything. Originally, this was a part-time position just to help the company out, but it's beginning to overwhelm her.
Okay, so do you think having a payroll service that saved time and was simple to use would be of great use?
I definitely think it would be useful. It would help our company and even give my wife back the life she has had before.
Being a mother is a wonderful thing, and I'm positive that time would come in handy. You are still in process of expanding to a potential third location, correct?
Yeah, I would love to open up a third location, but with this current payroll situation, I feel as though I would have to enlist the help of a service that would potentially set me back some time.
I understand. If you don't mind me asking, how much are you currently using or currently spending on payroll services?
Each year I average around $1,500 to keep up with the latest software, but with that software we have several issues with errors and paychecks, which adds even more to the money pile.
Speaking of errors, do you encounter these often? And when you encounter an error, how is it corrected?
On average, we have 1 to 4 checks that are incorrect every pay period. These checks have to be fixed. This takes a lot of time to go back and refigure everything, print out the new checks, and also fix it with taxes.
It seems as though this entire payroll process is wearing everyone thin, Dr. Page.
Yes, it most certainly is.
If I were able to find a solution that saved you time and money and avoided errors on paychecks, would that be of interest to you?
I would certainly like to learn more about this, to say the least.
So from what I've gathered, you and your wife are fed up with the payroll that has been going on. You have mentioned that it was time consuming, expensive, and there were many errors each pay period that had to be fixed, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I'm sick of it being an issue and cannot wait to fix it.
Well, luckily there should be no problem in solving this issue for you, giving you back your time and saving you money along the way. How does that sound?
I would love that. Let's get to it.
ADP understands the pain of payroll, how complicated, time-consuming, and frustrating it can be, so they've developed a system called Run. Run, powered by ADP, ensures payroll is done correctly, quickly, and easily, all while keeping your expenses low. One of the most useful components of ADP is how manageable it is. You do not have to be in the office or on a computer to use it. Payroll can be administered, calculated, or screened at any time, anywhere. Wouldn't you agree that this could aid you and your wife in getting out of a stressful time crunch while completing payroll and back to her daily activities again?
Of course, it would be very beneficial for her to not have to be in the office all the time. You could even complete payroll at home in her pajamas.
ADP Run would be a great solution to your problem. It would eliminate incorrect paychecks, meaning the system gets it right the first time. She would no longer have to consistently re-enter data into the spreadsheet or recalculate incorrect paychecks, which would also free up more of her time. This would serve as a dependable, precise payroll system and leave your wife stress-free.
Now that I know what it would do for my wife and I, how else would it impact the business? Are there additional benefits?
Of course, yes. ADP allows the option for direct deposit, which allows paychecks to go directly into their bank account. Additionally, paycheck information can be viewed online wherever and whenever and would eliminate the need to print out any payroll information. Employees generally favor direct deposit and would allow them to see their progress on a day-to-day basis, increasing their enthusiasm to promise more time and effort into the company. This would also cut expenses for you.
Well, as you know, I am looking to expand my company, but believe that payroll has been setting me back. Could you explain exactly how this would save me money?
I sure can, Dr. Page. Our system has several features that would allow for reduced costs. All the data can be viewed on a daily basis, so you have the opportunity to view the total amount spent per period by each department. Then, if you feel as though too much is being spent in one sector, you can reduce the cash flow or decrease spending. With ADP Run, you are able to use tax calculations and reporting requirements that are industry-specific as well. And as I mentioned earlier, you could save time printing and technology costs as everything would be done virtually. If you would like more information on features of ADP, I would be more than happy to send you a brochure of important links. Is that something you might be interested in?
More information is always appreciated, Miss Ashley. I am one on a time crunch, but is there any way you could give me a rough estimate of what I would be spending so I can determine if this is the right fit for me?
To begin, there's a one-time implementation fee per company ID of $150. And you mentioned you have 20 to 35 individuals currently, correct?
Yes.
Okay, well, taking that into consideration, you would be expanding and adding a few more employees in the future. I would ballpark the price per payroll handling will be approximately $60. Even though it might seem expensive, it will save you money, time, and we can prove to you the value is well worth any other problems you would run into by processing payroll manually. Now that we have talked about price, does this sound like something you can see yourself utilizing?
Possibly. I do have some concerns I'd like to go over with you.
Why, of course. What was the first of your concerns?
Well, actually, my wife doesn't actually own a smartphone, and this came up as a concern of mine due to your service being mostly mobile.
I understand how this could be a problem. Does your wife own an Apple iPod or iPad or something with Wi-Fi capabilities? Or has she ever considered getting a phone with those capabilities?
Well, we've talked about it, but I just haven't ever seen it as necessary.
Okay. Well, although the app is only compatible with the devices I mentioned, our payroll web-hosted platform allows you to experience many of the same benefits. The web-hosted platform allows you to process payroll anytime, anywhere, as long as you have a computer. And it's in real time, meaning you can view your payroll before you submit it and instantly access all of your reports.
Well, that could resolve that issue. My wife usually always has access to the computer, whether at work or home.
Great. Do you have any other issues you wanted to discuss?
Yes, the other problem that I was having was the time commitment issue that we were having before. I know you said that this could save my wife much of her time, but I just wasn't exactly sure how you could do that.
Well, how long does it currently take your wife to complete payroll?
Well, it takes her about 3 minutes to total each time card and maybe 1 hour to key in payroll. She then spends 2 hours each day, period, signing, stuffing, and sorting checks, but I also don't see how using a computer could make too much of a difference.
I understand your concern, Dr. Page. With our system being a mostly on-the-go process, she can access payroll services from just about anywhere with Wi-Fi. ADP Mobile is extremely user-friendly, allowing you to process payroll within a matter of minutes. My clients have found that the app is much faster than calling in the payroll. This cuts out the time spent doing anything by hand as well as signing, stuffing, and whatever else. Being able to access from anywhere cuts out the travel time to the office and back if she prefers to work at home on some days. Her time is valuable to us, and we want her to spend the least amount possible on processing payroll.
That does sound great for her to be able to do.
So do you see how ADP will save time as well as let her complete your payroll services from anywhere that she can access the internet?
Yes, I do now. Thank you for clearing that up for me. She was a little concerned about switching over to a new service that didn't offer incentives, but I think that she'll greatly appreciate the time saved.
I'm glad to hear that. I hope that I have covered any concerns you were previously having, and I'm happy to answer any more questions you may have in the next coming the next upcoming steps if you are willing to give this service a shot.
Well, after addressing my concerns, I feel confident that your service can help my business in many ways, but I am just not stuck on it completely.
Using ADP Run is simply a no-brainer for your company. Picture this, spending $200 now and receiving $2,000 later. Also, instead of spending 30 hours a week on payroll, your wife is able to spend almost the equivalent with the children at home. Everything can be processed at the palm of your hand from anywhere with an internet connection.
That is true. I would really love for her to be able to, be with the children more and not so stressed out.
Of course, it would be very beneficial in keeping her job a part-time position and not something that has consumed all of her time and energy. Essentially, it would be a weight off your shoulders.
You know what? I think I want to give this a try, Ashley.
Great. I am very confident that your choice to use ADP Run will not let you down. I will be here to walk you through every aspect and answer any questions you might have.
So where do we go from here?
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and email you over some basic documentation. Let's get that filled out, and I will personally meet with you to set up ADP Run. How does that sound?
I think that sounds great, Ashley.
Well, congratulations, Dr. Page. You will see a difference using ADP Run, and I cannot wait to hear about your success with it. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me, and I look forward to meeting with you soon.
All right, you as well.